Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the Clash of the Titans. We're at Shooters Billiards Club here in Toronto, Ontario. I'm J.R. Calvert with Inside Pool Magazine. Joining me here in the booth is Rodney Babin. Rodney, welcome.
Thank you for having me here, JR. How are you?
I'm doing excellent, doing excellent. Thank you. We're here to watch a pretty darn good match. Who do we got coming up here?
We got Alex the Lion Pagulayan versus Jason Klatt. And CPA 9 ball. So for you viewers out there who are not used to the APA or CPA 9 ball format, it's a race to 75 points. It's first of three, race to three. And this is something that's going to be really interesting. I think everyone's going to enjoy this, JR.
Excellent, excellent. Well, some of our viewers are familiar with Alex Pagulayan, of course, but some might not be as familiar with Jason Klatt as what they should be. Well, what can you tell our viewers about Jason?
Well, Jason's a great, another one of the up-and-coming Canadian talents from Manitoba. Just finished off, he won the NYC 9-ball tournament this year. I believe last year he was 5th at the U.S. Open. Magical run he produced. And great up-and-coming player.
Excellent. Now, do you know what his ranking is right now? Because I believe that at one point he was in the top 10.
Yeah, I believe he was 10th. I think he's probably in the top 15 right now. I know after the U.S. Open, I believe he had the highest ranking was 7th. And he's climbing up the ranks.
Now, what can you tell our viewers about the format that we have coming up here?
Well,
because we're going to be playing by the CPA rules. Tell us a little bit about the rules so that everybody knows what to prepare for.
Basically, what
this is going to be a little bit different than what they're used to.
Oh, this is going to be totally different than what they're seeing. Basically, what's happening is there's 10 points per rack. So every ball is worth 1 point. The 9 ball is worth 2. Now, on the break, there's no push out. There's no free hook rule. And jump cues are not allowed. So if you can't see the lowest ball, you have to make an attempt to hit it. So which I think we're going to start seeing a lot of good safe kicks. It's going to be really interesting. A different format. Some people could say it's 8.1 rotation almost.
Well, what's some of the big differences besides I know that there's no push.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to see any push-outs here.
Nope.
We're going to see a lot of offense and a lot of kicking.
Yes, we are. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these players here run perfect games. 7.5 racks. They get good control on that low ball. There's no stopping these guys. They're great players. They got such great controlled breaks that, you could be in for something magical here with these guys. And for all the players that are out there watching, this is a format you play on your league night. So there's no reason to not come out, support the CPA, support shooters, and it's going to be a wonderful event, everybody.
Excellent. Now the players, they get 1 point for each ball that they pocket.
Yep.
And then 2 points.
And 2 for the 9. So as of what happened there, for everyone that's out, there was 2 balls. He made the 9, which is 2 points. The balls that are left on the table are considered red balls. So they will not count towards the 10 points in that frame.
Yeah, we can't see it right now, but behind Jason Klatt, they're keeping score, and it's 6-0 right now.
Then it's winner break format. You're ready for
now, technically, the race is to 75 points.
It's 75 points. So the first one to get 75 points will win this frame. And it's 75 points per frame. So the first to the 3 matches at 75 points, so basically 225 points, will win the match.
Excellent, excellent.
And talking to Shane and Jason and all the other players that are here, they're very interested in playing this format. It's something different where, you're not going to get penalized for running down the table and missing the ball. It's not going to cost you a match. It may cost you a few points, but you're always going to have an opportunity to get involved.
Now, one of the things that I'm going to say that might be a little bit different, and some of the people are going to probably have to keep up with uh, at times too, is the fact that we're not going to see any jump cues.
No, no jump cues are allowed. They are allowed to jump, but it has to be with a full cue. Right now, the score for everybody at home is 9-0 for Jason Klatt. You're going to be seeing a lot of break and run pool, a lot of good safeties. It's going to be interesting to watch Alex with his one pocket experience on some of these safeties that he's going to be playing. And we're here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
A lot of runouts, though. I think we're going to see a lot of runouts.
I think we are going to see a lot of runouts. I even think we may actually see a perfect game.
Yeah.
And that, I don't think that's ever been done in APA or CPA. And they're playing on 3.5 by 7 diamond tables. It's run 16-0 now for Jason Klatt.
Score go forward here to 16-0. And one of the passers-by made a comment that they said they think it's good to see Alex is human.
No. They're not all robots.
Well, Jason has a pretty darn good break, and you can see he's using a phenolic tip.
Mm-hmm. So in that little cup break, trying to get the one into the side pocket. No.
That one's laying just a hair on the other side of the side pocket, but I think he can make it. Problem I see here is that controlling the cue.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be running 3 rails and down into the 6 before he knows what's going on.
That's right. You can even see a safety being played here, too. I'm not sure how far ahead it is from the side pocket, but I think he might be able to kick that one. Bring the 1 ball back in between the 8 and the 9. It'll be interesting to see what he comes up with. And for those also, there is a 45-second shot clock with 1 extension per frame. So if you're in the Toronto area, make your way out to Shooters.
Yeah, we definitely invite anybody in the broadcast area here to come down. It's actually a very beautiful room.
Oh, it's a gorgeous room. John White and the staff here at Shooters, they treat everybody with class and great equipment. I think he might have just opened the door for Alex there. Jason Klatt leading 18-0 at the moment.
We're going to try and keep up with the score changes at the end of each inning if we can. We wait for the scorekeeper down on the board to actually mark it up.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it official in our books.
That's right. That's a little tricky marking this, as everybody knows out there that plays CPA or APA. It's not one of the favorite things to do is mark in this format, but it's a great format.
I think Alex should pull this ball back just a little bit, get beyond the line to the 7, and he should be all right.
Yep.
Actually, the official scorekeeper seems to be marking after every ball.
Yeah, that's usually how it's done in CPA and APAs. Usually every ball they'll do their little ticks and finish off their frames so they know that they haven't missed a ball.
And the CPA has it going on, don't they?
Yep.
Wow.
We're trying to do our best there, JR.
Yeah. They're making me look worse than what I am. Wait a minute here. I better keep up with them here.
Just gonna pulls back a little bit. Play the 8 into the other bottom left corner. Just wants to draw back off the side rail. Play the 9 into the top right. Oh, no. 0 for 1 for me. Sometimes these camera angles, it's tough to see what angle they actually have on the ball. On the scoreboard now, it's 18-8. Jason Klatt leading in this race to 75 points. Tickets are available for this event. It is $60 for the weekend pass. That gives you all free green fees, a gift at the door, $25 day pass, which also includes all the green fees. And this is for the entire weekend. Shooters is closed to the public, so the only way you're getting in is with a ticket. We're going to see Alex break here. He plays that control cut break too.
Now, this is one where I really don't think the room is there.
Nope.
But I really would be inclined to shoot this ball in the upper right-hand corner pocket with this format.
Yeah, it is going to bring you around.
Is trying to slow the cue ball down. I generally would do this with a rolling center ball left hand English hit. This one's going to get away from him a little bit, and I think he might even end up, he has to worry about a side pocket here. That's a great shot.
Wow, what a shot. Great shot.
I didn't think he had enough room for that.
I didn't think there was a window for it. Just like you were saying, playing it to the top right. It looks like he has a good angle on the 2 ball. Maybe a little rub on that 6 ain't going to bother for the shape on the 3. But it's tough on these little tables. Oh, you're going to be running into traffic.
Yeah.
And it's table management. Oh, wow. That looked like it came in and out.
Now, I'm not really sure that the 3 goes past the 8. I mean, it's fairly hard to tell. I'm going to go out on a limb and say from where Jason had tried to position the cue that there is room.
I think he might be able to squeeze it by. There's enough room that he gets out on the shot.
All kinds of room.
Yeah.
He missed that ball towards the bottom rail. Now, I know that he has room for the 5, and he's going to try and keep an angle where he can just... Oh, look at this.
Played a bump out.
He tried to bump it.
Yeah,
that was not what I was expecting at all.
No, I guess he's still trying to get into stroke also.
Yeah, at some point here, 10 points really doesn't mean anything. You just kind of stroke the ball a little bit and make sure that you're loose for the rest of the match.
From here, it looks like he actually might even, that 9 might go on the side too. Now scores 19-12 for Mr. Klatt. Coming in, he's going to bump that 9, I think, Jared. There's the 9 on the side too.
And there it is.
For those at home, that would be 3 points. with 2 dead balls. That price is across the board. It's not just for CPA members. There is a draw that's going to be done tomorrow for CPA members. It's a few by the weekend pass. There will be 4 players' names who will get drawn to play with each of the pros in a Scotch doubles match for $1,000. And that's only open to CPA members who have bought the full weekend pass. So they have the chance of watching and playing with the pros too. And cash money, $1,000 is good.
$1,000 is great.
So get out here. And even if you just come by tomorrow and buy the weekend pass, your name will still go in that draw if you're an active CPA member.
I believe that we're getting that it's 1960.
1960.
Official scorekeeper there. I'm going to update the score for us here. But I can say this. This does not look good.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, what do you do? Maybe you... I think the 3 ball will stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And he might be able to play safe on the 3.
No, he's trying to get behind the 2.
Yeah.
I think he might have left him the window. We'll see how Jay cues it up here.
I think he has a full pocket.
That's a good shot. Oh,
He wanted to stop it.
Yeah, wanted to stop a little bit earlier.
Well, this is a shot where you look at the table and you see 5 object balls on the other side of the table. So what you need to do is hit this ball 2 rails. You come in behind it and see if you can kick the 2 between the 6 and the 4. Now, he got a little unlucky and hit it really thin, so it's going to come back down table.
Nope.
But he did split the Q and the deuce, which was the first problem why he wanted to go 2 rails. He just, didn't roll his way.
No, that's right. So there should be 8 points here for Alex. Not too much trouble. A little bit of a tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, I think Alex is going to take a lead here very shortly.
Yeah, I believe he will.
He may end up having a 23-19 lead here in about 6 strokes.
Yep. Good position, right center of the table. We always want to keep a little lighting.
Now, the one thing that I see the players doing right now is they are still shooting like this is a 9-foot table.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the pro who wakes up and realizes that this is a 7-foot table first may be able to run away with a lot of
That's
this.
right. They're going to find that advantage. A lot of these guys probably haven't played bar box in how long? Well, we know that Alex, the last time I believe he played was at the U.S. Bar Table Championships.
Right. With that last shot, Alex took the lead. And I believe this is going to put him up 23-21. We won't wait for official word from the scorekeepers
Score
down
is
there.
24-20.
20 or 21?
24-20 for Alex Pagulayan.
23.
Once we'd like to thank all our sponsors out there today: Mez Q's, Diamond Billiard Products, Mr. Billiards, and CPA Pool Leagues, and Shooters, and also a big thank you to JR from Inside Pool for streaming this for us. We really appreciate it. Welcome to Canada again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Inside Pool is starting to produce a lot of live streams. We're doing it in HD. putting it out in locations such as InsidePool.tv, YouTube, Ustream. We have a lot of partners. We even broadcast on Facebook.
Hmm.
So it's really starting to catch on, and people are starting to see the quality of product that we like to produce.
Oh, it's up there with the rest of them.
I
Can
hope
they
it would
also
be
follow
past
you
the
on?
rest of them.
That's it. Now, can they also follow you on Twitter?
They can follow us on Twitter. We're at twitter.com/InsidePoolMag.
There we go. Now we got the pool boy here asking how much for one of them shirts. I believe they're $15. We also have signed cue balls. They're $15. All 4 players have signed. They are also for sale. A lot of goodies. Who wants to get it? Stop behind the black. We might have left him a little bit of paint.
I think he can see the edge of this ball. I think
Mhm.
it's there.
And now it's 29-20 for Alex Pagulayan. We apologize if the scores are a little bit behind. This is new for everybody. Hopefully everybody's enjoying it. We got some great matches this weekend.
Yeah, well, with these 4 guys, there promises to be 16 great matches,
Mhm.
12 round robins, and then 4 more going in.
That's right.
I mean,
And
would that be 15? Because I think once we get into the final 4, we go. Obviously, it's going to be the final 4. We go into a single elimination, and 1 plays 4, 3 plays 2.
That's correct.
And I don't know whether we're going to have the losers of those 2 matches play off.
For a third, fourth, that's something we're going to have to take up with the TDs here, but I believe that fans would probably like to see that. Although no one likes finishing third and fourth, but hey, someone's got to do it.
Tied for third sounds better.
That's it. It always looks better on the check. Oh, good shot.
And Alex is going to extend his lead.
34.
34-20 after this shot.
You know, there could be a chance that Alex doesn't let Jason back to the table.
He's going to take a little break here.
Again, for you that are
I
all
think
in the
Alex is
Toronto
on
area, come
about
down to shooters.
a 25-point run.
I believe that's a 25-point run.
I mean, Jason did get to the table, but he's just not getting to shoot
No.
at an open pocket, which is, half the battle in this game. Let's just assume that these guys are going to pocket just every ball they see. You can't let them see one ball.
No, you
Because you
can't.
never know when this is going to happen to you.
No, that's right. No, that is correct. These guys, they can run packages. It's
What I think is interesting is the fact that if you really get down to it, it's easier to save somebody on a bar box than it is a 9-foot.
that's right. It's less room to move. It's more traffic on the table.
Yeah, the balls they definitely take up more of the real estate. It's the same size balls in a smaller table.
Mm-hmm. No,
So when
that's
you
correct.
really look at it, it might only be 5 or 6% more space that they take up by percentage, but it's still tougher.
Oh, it is.
You can block kicks, you can take things away from
Mm-hmm.
people, and you always have that mass aid, but the jump's out of the question here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless they can do it with
Unless
a
they
real
can do
cue.
it with their full cue. And, I think with being these on such a small table, even jumping balls, you'd have to have great control. 'Cause that one little hit, you can fly off the table. It's so small that you're playing on. And it's like you're saying, you're taking away almost 50% of the real estate
Yeah.
that you're used to working with. It will catch up to you.
It really will. So I think I would venture to say that it's going to be the guy who plays safe instead of going for every shot.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's the safe play, and if they can control their break, that's it's the biggest thing on these little bar boxes.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Alex's break.
One in the side. Look at this break.
He's got a couple of balls down, 3 of them to be exact. And he's staring the 4 down with a funky angle. Now, I like to admit I'm going to just get underneath the 5 here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go ahead and get underneath it. He looks like he's going to try and English his ball.
Come around 2 rails.
Yeah, he really Englished it.
Yep.
I swing that ball a little bit different. I don't go as tight as that. But, he's Alex Pagulayan.
That's right.
Nobody.
And it's great to see Alex back playing again. I think he's so good for the tour. It's such a personality. It's more guys like him. It was sad when he wasn't playing that much, but everyone has their personal agendas that they have to do. But seeing him back on the table is great, and having him win this year the Canadian Snooker Championships. That's I know that was a big accomplishment he wanted to do, and he's got that title under his belt too. So
yeah.
Another break and run for Alex. 44-20.
It does look like he's going to take the 44-20 lead, doesn't it? And Alex applauds himself, and everybody applauds him.
We got 4 great players here this weekend. We got Jason Klatt, John Mora, Alex Pagulayan, and Shane Van Bonen, which I'm really looking forward to seeing playing on a bar box. I know he was a previous Valley Grandmaster champion, I believe, and I believe his whole family, his mother, they're all great pool players, so he comes from a strong bloodline. But seeing him to dominate, how he can just dominate 9-footers, to see what he can do on these little tables, it's going to be really interesting to see, and he'll be the next match.
Well, that spells bad news for Jason. I think Jason's about ready to say that, okay, this is going to be 54-20.
Yep, and there's not too much trouble there. Everything's roughly open for him.
He has a fairly decent-sized window to get in here, and he did it with ease. He could have been down another 3 or 4 inches to be really perfect. I don't think we're going to see a problem, though.
Yeah. Think you might see him freewheeling it a little bit now?
Yeah.
That Alex English?
See, his problem here is he keeps getting problems to wake himself up. Like, for instance, all he would have had to do was go down another 3 inches, and he's dead out. Now he's down 3 inches. He puts the 8 in front of the position zone, and this is the ball. The 4 to the 5 is a transition ball. So now he has to be fairly confident that he can get down on that 5 when he pockets the 4. He's got 2 pockets. I think he's going to shoot the 4 in the corner and accept the hard shot on the 5.
On the 5. Because you don't want to play the 4 on the side. You're going to bump into the 8.
And I could play safe.
I was playing safe too. There you go. And this is where the runs are going to continue when you, playing safe.
And we're basically looking at 35 unanswered points from Alex Pagulayan. And he's been playing smart pool.
Yep. He hasn't taken on anything tough.
No unforced errors where we would say he was giving up the table after an unforced error. He always was making the ball. His position was the error, and now he's recovering and saying, look, I'm going to make it even harder for you.
Like, this is 6 points on the table. Jason would love to be able to get him, but it's going to be tough. He might try to kick 2 rails at the ball. If you freeze over, you know what? That's actually not a bad lead for Jason.
It's not bad at all.
The 4 will not go to the bottom of the left pocket. You may see him putting the cue ball behind the 9 now. And freeze. What a shot. What a shot. And I think Alex has one of the, if not one of the best safety plays in billiards. Because some of these safeties he does, how do you see these things? Myself, I'm a league player also, and we like to watch this and learn and keep
Right.
trying to do it. But sometimes you wonder, how is he getting this done? But also, I guess it's all the formats that they play. They practice every type of format: straight pool, one pocket.
That's a great hit. He'd have liked to have seen a little English left on the ball to spring that cue ball up an extra foot or two. Now Alex has a makeable ball.
Yep.
And it's shots like this that I think that are going to wake Alex up to saying, hey, wait a minute. I can make these balls. I don't have to move that ball down there another foot and a half like I do on a 9-footer,
Yep.
unless I absolutely have to.
That's right. He's such a great shot maker.
Get to 9.
Well, bank's open for him.
Well, the 6 ball's huge. Huge. And I think that he's going to be able to put him behind the 6. I don't think that he's going to take this bank at the 5 off the 9, but he just might. It's a pretty big pocket,
Like he's
too,
putting
because he can
left
use
onto it.
all of the rail. Pretty sporty, huh?
Yeah. Looks like he may take a 54-20 lead. That's a good shot. So for the people that are new to you in Canada here, JR, how long have you been doing this for?
We've been doing streaming for about 3 years now. We've had video with Inside Pool Magazine for roughly 5 years. We started a video complement back in basically 2006. And the reason we did that is we were releasing our online magazine, and the online magazine needed some content that wasn't just pictures. We wanted to embed videos in a PDF that everybody downloads online. And from there, we partnered with YouTube. And after that, when we were creating a lot of lessons, trick shots and what's in the cases and interviews and everything, we ended up going into live streaming because I wanted to stream the Super Billiards Expo back in 2007. And since then, we've been streaming video sporadically, but over the last 2 years, we've really bumped it up to where we can stay busy just about every weekend, and we just, we sit back and wait for people to call us that are interested in having us come in and present their events. And we have quite a big following right now. We have over 16 million viewers on our YouTube channel, and as far as the online magazine, we get about 400,000 downloads a month on the online magazine. So, the content, this content will eventually be available on YouTube and in our online magazine. So if you miss a match, folks, don't worry, it'll be archived for you. You'll also be able to see it over at insidepool.tv.
There you go. Well, another
And
one of those
I'm
crazy
going
Alex
into
breaks
that
here.
self-promoting shameless plug. Alex Pagulayan
Another
put
break.
another 10 points on his side and did it like it was nobody's business there.
When you're making 4 balls off the break and it's wide open, it's not easy to play. It's not hard playing 5-ball.
You don't want to pick on Jason, but he went over to the score area, and I don't think he was saying, hey, do you think that score's right?
No.
I don't think that was the case.
Let's that cup break again and play that 1 ball into the left side pocket.
See if you can make this 3 ball. Made it right in this corner pocket, I mean. Yeah.
In
And
shape
the
on
one took
one.
its place. He'd have liked it to have been 2 inches down table so it could come one rail.
Mm-hmm. Now getting shape on the 2. He's got a little bit of problem there for the 2 and the 5 ball. He may actually be thinking of playing safe also.
There is the option where he can play safe right off the 1 and put the cue underneath the 5 ball.
Mm-hmm. That's a good call.
And that's a good hit.
Yep.
Anytime you see a staggered amount of balls on one side of the table as to the other, and you have a hard shot in front of you, you should automatically think, how can I get the cue ball down on the side where all the balls are?
Yep,
And
correct.
let the other one up at the other end. Because if you do it reverse and the guy sees the ball, chances are he can use those balls. He can just play a stop shot and leave it behind all the balls. So for those folks at home that are trying for a quick safety lesson, there it is.
There you go. Leave distance.
Leave distance and go to the side of the table with the cue ball where most of the balls are.
Mm-hmm.
And preferably down on the second diamond.
Yeah.
Jason has a 2-railer here that he'd like to hit. And he hit that with a speed that was going to leave both balls on his side
down
and
table.
all the traffic.
That's right. The 2 on the bottom left-hand side and the cue ball on the right. But it's actually not a bad foul. He's tied it up worse. And there's no 3-hook rule, so you can't play
Alex,
for a 3-hook.
Alex is looking like, well, thanks. What did I do for that? So he may end up trying to make the 2 and then the 4 and then the 5 now.
Yeah.
Get underneath the 2 so that he doesn't disturb the 5-9. You get an easy angle on the 4.
Yeah. It's just going to
Float it
roll it
down.
up. One rail.
And that actually works towards Jason's advantage because Alex doesn't get the points.
Mm-hmm.
He might, in another format, he would have won the game, and that would have been as detrimental as him running the rack.
That's
But
right.
here, he saves 2 points, and it's 2 crucial points.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing the players are going to start, this is a new format for them too. So as they start learning the nuances of it, they're going to find those little tricks that they can put in there. Like, I know a lot of league players probably do it too, where they know if they're going to give up ball in hand, take balls off the table. Pot a ball. It's a dead ball. So your opponent can't get that ball. Right? And that could be the difference from you winning a match or losing a match or coming back in control of that table.
Yeah, take one of your opponent's ability to get his point.
Yep.
It's good defense. It's smart pull.
Oh, that's right.
And you get to practice letting your stroke out, too. Sometimes it's not fun to kick all the time.
No, it's not.
Different stroke, by the way.
That's
People
correct.
use a different stroke to kick than they do to hit a ball, so it makes sense to try and make a ball. Look at this.
And that's
The
it.
table sprung a leak. He's made 3 balls, and right at this point, I'd be surprised if Jason would let him shoot.
Yeah.
He's got to make 2 balls,
No,
right? Or does
No,
he
he
need to
needs
make
one ball. Just
he
needs
makes
the one ball.
right? I'm sorry.
he's made 3 off the break.
Match.
That's the first frame, everybody.
That's 1.
75-20 for Alex Pagulayan.
Alex is going
Alex
to
is
go
up
ahead
1
and
frame to nothing.
run the rest of those balls.
Wouldn't
Now,
even let
in this
Jason shoot him.
particular match, it's over.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, folks,
Well, that's the first frame. So they got 2 more frames to go.
exactly. So, out of that, Alex took frame 1. He's thinking, man, I'm out of here. This is an easy job. I'm going to clock in, bang a few balls, and get out of here. Get back to work, Alex.
That's it. That's it. It's not over yet. Look at it. That was about a 60-ball run.
That was about a 60 ball. Well, Jason never got above 20. He stayed at 20 once Alex started making balls.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I think
it.
Alex
That
was at
all she wrote.
16.
We're going to start it back to 0, folks. And we're going to say 1 set.
Yes, it's 3 out of 5, Alex.
Yeah, Alex is catching on to the rules. I think he's going to have more respect for the CPA after this when he realizes how bad he's got to beat somebody to beat him.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to do more than make a few 9 balls, Alex.
That's it. You're actually going to have to run some tables.
Well, Jason is going to start us off here. He's made the 3 and the 1, and the 6
break.
and the 5, and he's up 4-0 just on a break.
Now this is where that no push rule comes into effect, because he has to hit the 2 ball, and there's no push. So, I hope these players were practicing their kicks before they got into this match here.
Well, I actually like bending this ball a hair. Now it looks like Jason is actually going to jump this ball, doesn't it? He's lined it up.
Actually, I
looks
think
like
what you were
he's shooting
saying,
into
it
the
looks
4.
like I think he can swerve it.
There you go. That's what he needed to do. Now he missed that on the pro side, and he's going to run up beyond the 4, though. But
I think he might be going back into jail after this.
well, the 8 ball. A lot of times the players will use the 8 ball. He'll shoot the deuce into the 8, run the cue in between the 4-7, and that'll be all she wrote.
Good shot.
Great shot.
Good call, JR.
I miss a ball from here every now and then. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to miss it.
That's it.
He's going to hit rail first. Got a 9 ball.
And the 9 ball.
Did he get it?
Yes,
Sure
you got
did.
it. Great shot.
And he takes a commanding 5-0 lead. Now,
6-0
congratulated him
for-
for his ball-making prowess. That's 6.
6-0, Jason.
Oh, that's
4
right. We
dead
get
balls
2
left
points.
on the table.
Way to keep up with me. Folks, we really appreciate you showing up for the Clash of the Titans. This is a $15,000 event where the 4 players in the round robin, all of them champions I might add, are going to play a match with each other. That'll lead us to 12 sets. We're going to run down into the final 4 guys. All 4 guys will play a single elimination. The seeding will be 1 plays 4, 3 plays 2, and that'll take place Sunday starting at 11 a.m. Tonight and tomorrow you'll be watching a lot of the round robin matches.
They'll be starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
For those of you just tuning in, this is the Clash of the Titans. We're here at Shooters Billiards in Ontario, Canada. I'm J.R. Calvert with Inside Pool Video, and joining me here in the booth is Rodney Babin. Rodney, tell me something.
Sure.
Do you feel like it's going to be a given that they're going to make a ball on the break now?
Well, you look at what happened with Jason there. He broke dry. He was trying the cut, the one on the side, just take a little bit of pace and was missing it. I think it's more the harder break is going to benefit the player more. But making that ball off the break is very important, and being able to see the lowest numbered ball. That's, you're going to see these guys.
A lot of the times the pros won't change a break after they make a ball.
No. That's good safety.
That's a great safety. And I was surprised to see Jason make all those balls and then change his break.
Mm-hmm. Nah.
Okay, well, maybe it's because he couldn't see the 4 ball. But he made 3 balls on the break.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's looking at the long range here. He's not looking like, I don't want to be making 3 balls and kicking all day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find something that is an automatic pat down winner.
That's right.
So he's really trying to perfect this. And what a great
That's
kick.
a shot.
Great kick. Unfortunately, he's trying to play safe with it, because if you look, the rule of thumb, there were 7 balls on this side, 2 on the other side. He wanted to keep everything down here.
That's right.
Fortunately, he played safe on himself because he didn't think he was going to make the kick. Now, the 4-6 is messed up, but the 4 will go in the side.
Yes, it will.
So if Alex can get a good angle on this zigzag and bring the cue ball off of 2 rails, zigzagging in between the 4-5, he should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Granted that he stops in a little 6-inch square area.
That's it.
That's something these pros are not used to. The position zones that they have when they play on 9-footers is basically, it might be 18 inches square. Now it's only 9 inches square.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really only 25%.
No, that's right.
25% of the original area.
Mm-hmm.
And they can run into that area because of that shift in the ball size.
That's right. Now, do you feel also that because they're such great players,
Mm-hmm.
let's get around that Do you think they'll actually notice that they're playing on a bar box once they start shooting? Do you think that actually gets into their mind? Because I know the angles are a bit different.
They're different. Yeah, but there's a different style of play. See, a great bar box player will not try and move the cue ball unless he absolutely has to. Alex got a little lucky, kicked the ball in, returned a favor to Jason, but unfortunately for Jason, Alex ended up with a straight in shot.
Made the 7 off the kick of the 4.
Well, see, and I was just going to bring this up. On a 9-footer, you're supposed to do the shot that he just tried. He was afraid to hit it hard because the position zone was too, and it kind of sharked him a little bit. And before he pulled the trigger, he was guessing on the speed. A good bar box player shoots that 5 ball down in the corner.
Every time. That's right.
And Alex fell into the trap of trying to pocket for the closest ball, and all he had to do was stop the ball, and he had an automatic angle for the 5 to the 6. So when Alex figures out this whole bar box thing, we're going to stop watching him make banks, and he's going to just be a breeze.
That's right.
Meanwhile,
sure if the
while we've
6
been on our diatribe here, I think we're watching a 7 to
7-5.
5 score. I believe Alex just made the 9 ball.
And if that 6 would have fell too, he would have collected that point also.
Well, you know what's funny is Alex had a choice there. And I'm wondering when this happens too. Because I'm starting to realize it was smarter for him to shoot the 6 in the corner because it was such an easy. He was leaving 2 points on the table.
That's right.
That he was going to probably get.
I think it's also looking at controlling the break.
Well, it went back to that strategy you were saying, well, hey, if you don't have a shot, take the guy's point off the table. Well, guess what? If you keep making combinations, you might beat a guy 13 to nothing, and you might only have a 26-point lead.
That's correct. No, that's right. You don't want to be leaving those on the table because Jason can start getting on a groove, and that could be all she wrote. And if Alex left, say 6, 7 balls on the table, 7 points on the table,
exactly.
He's not going to get back.
Well, Alex made that 3 ball. That's his ball. He's got that wired. It's going in the corner. You can guarantee that. He just missed the 1. And had he made the 1, he would have been looking at a really funky 2 ball. But here, I can see him hitting this ball fairly solid off the bottom rail and trying to kick it all the way to the top. A really good save by Alex. Or by Jason. Alex is pretty much going to be in a position where he's going to have to bend his ball a little bit. And a lot of the kicks coming off that side rail are going to be scratches. So if he hits his ball high enough, what's going to happen is he's going to be able to hit the 2 on the side towards the 9, not scratch. Good shot, and he hit it as good as he possibly could.
Thank you, Jared. Step away for a minute. Wanted to know the link for the live stream. So what do you think the plan of attack is here?
Believe it or not, I don't think he's going to be able to hold this ball. Honestly, this is a 1-pocket shot. He banked the 1 into the 4, put the cue behind the deuce. This here doesn't have to turn out. 1 less iota of spin, and he safed himself. And the other way, he's pretty much guaranteed to be behind the 2. He only had to move the cue ball 1.5 inches, and he was safe. For anything, anywhere where the 2 ball or the 1 ball landed. Here it was a guess. And the problem that I see is that he may not be able to kill this ball below the third diamond as well as he'd like to. So he's going to be shooting it from about 2.5 diamonds if he's lucky. If not, he has to go 4 rails and miss the 8 when he comes back down.
I'm trying to do the 4 rails on these little tables.
Right.
You got to miss the traffic.
Well, did he miss the 8?
No, I think you know what?
He's got an edge there. I think he can play the carom. Let's see if he sees the carom. There's a carom for the 4 off the 9. He can control his cue ball and shoot the 5 into the same pocket.
Yep.
And for those people that are wondering about that line, that tangent line, he can match that up lower right-hand corner pocket. Just hit it a little bit.
Well, that 9's starting to go towards the corner.
And that works.
It's 2 points.
And we've got some early games going on here. See what our
Jason
official
will take
scorekeeper is saying. I think she's flipped over 11-8 or 10-8. It looks like 10-8 to me. Shane Van Boning is off in the wings watching this match.
I think it's a learning experience for him too, wanting to see how they're playing it, and keep an eye on your opponent and see what they're doing and what they're not doing. And
I'll tell you what's probably running through his head right now is that Alex doesn't know how to play on a bar box as well as he does.
That's true.
When I met Shane, he was at the BCA Nationals. This was 6 years ago or so. And I still remember him. He had just taken somebody off, and I walked up, and he had his sitting on the table, which I know you're not supposed to do, and his foot's up on the rail, and he's chalking his cue, and he's talking to some people and laughing and having a good old time because, the world's his. He's the king of that room because on a bar box, Shane is a great player, and everybody knew it in that room. They didn't know what he was going to become. And I said, yeah, well, you've got a shot to do a lot. And about 2 years later, he had won the pro side of that event, which was taking place further down in the Riviera.
Okay.
And he had earned his chops in the bar table room. So he's no stranger to a diamond bar box at all.
Nope.
Not at all. Well, meanwhile, I think Alex is looking at this 4-5. He says, yeah, it goes. No problem. I can put the cue up on the deuce, but how good is that going to treat me?
I think he put it behind the 8 also if he wanted to. It's always easier to roll forward than it is to draw back.
Well, here, had jump cues been allowed, he probably would have given up the game. He has a natural angle. It's not the hardest jump in the world. Now he's given up an easy kick, but it doesn't mean that Jason's going to be able to control this. There's no real winner here. If you look, if we were to extend that rule just a hair, all the balls are on this side, and Jason's kicking away from him. So he has to do some magic to think about getting a safety here.
That's right.
And he's going to try and kick this one in. He kicks it in, I predict he runs the rest of the rack.
Yeah, because he should lay perfect on the 2 after he makes it, come back out.
A little bit faster than what I thought he was going to hit it. But still a great shot. But this is one where the 8 is huge. You run 2 rails into it, and you can literally bank the 2 ball into the middle of the table where the 7 ball will be blocking the line of the hole. So let's see if he can get this.
Yeah, I think that's what he might actually be doing.
Or you can just cut it in its
I was thinking the same thing, but it's going to be tough to get the hold on the 4 ball.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy from here, folks. Trust me. Anybody that's been at the table and on the end of the cue where he was just at, that was a tough shot to begin with. And then to control the cube, extremely tough. Now, he'll put him behind the 8 on this shot. I
Might have
think
left
he's
it for him.
left him everything. I'd love to see one of those legendary shots where the guy jacks up and draws back.
And draws it all the
But
way
let's
back.
see, let's see what's in Alex's kit bag here.
No.
It is 13-8. Let's see our score there.
Didn't he try it? And on and off on the 5? No.
Looked like the 5 hit something, and
Yeah,
Alex
it
is
looked like
looking
it
at
did.
it.
Something there.
There's they're both taking note of that.
Yeah, you could see the 5 stop.
Yeah, it
It
literally
just
rocked
did
a
that,
good
yeah,
quarter
little
inch.
wobble.
I've seen pieces of chalk fall off. When you're chalking and it bounces and goes into the field of play. That happens, and that looks like that what it was. It's certainly not the tables here. They take tremendous care of the tables here. They get a lot of play too.
Jason looks like he's just a touch off on his safeties.
These guys just came from a tournament where everybody was playing 9-footers, and they're geared into that realm. I'm interested to see how fast Shane can adjust.
I think Shane might just need one rack.
Well, this was something that Jason needed. He needed Alex to make an unforced error, and this looks like this is his opening. Now we're going to get an official cool score. 3 runs out here. Now they're adding it up back there. They're teaching
Currently it is
us.
16-8.
They're
17
saying
to
even
8
more
now.
than that. We'll just watch them run, and we'll let the scorekeepers. I think they've set it on 17-8, and that he'd end up with 21-8. I don't know how that's going to happen, being that they're supposed to be only 10 points. This is updated after last game.
Well, we had the few racks where there was the dead ball still on the table, so
Right. Well, this was after he made that combination, I believe.
that's right.
So, I mean, when we're watching this back on YouTube later, everybody will know whether this is the right score. But for right now, the official scorekeeper says
Is it
he
twice for
runs
the
these
rice?
2 balls.
Yeah,
Yep.
twice for the rice. With shape in the side.
They're saying that it's going to be 21-8. So we got to go with the official scorekeepers. And I'm glad that it could possibly be their error and not one from our crew.
I'd be curious to see if Jason goes back to his break, what he was doing in the beginning. Because he's been making balls, and then that in the first frame when he changed his break, he never got a sniff of the table again. So let's see if he goes back to putting a little bit more oomph.
Well, he's taking a break. I think he wants to win this match. And if he didn't want to win this match, he'd just keep going on and not even try and regroup.
That's
Right
right.
now, he's trying to make this both a mental decision on his part, and then he wants to trick himself a little bit. And the trickery comes in a point where he goes out, he gets a new game plan, and then he comes back to the table like it's a brand new match, and anything that happened before is irrelevant.
That's right. It's a very important frame. You don't want to be going down 2-0 Alex. Anything can happen. Again, for everybody, we're here in Toronto, Ontario at Shooters Snooker and Sports Club for the first annual Clash of the Titans event. It's a closed door event, but tickets are available. Tickets are $60 for the weekend pass. That gives you all free green fees for all tables inside Shooters. 1 free gift. $25 are day passes for all weekend. Come out and watch some great pool. It's a great event. And for those that are CPA members, if you do buy the weekend pass, which is $60, your name will go into a draw to play with one of the pros in a Scotch doubles match for $1,000. So, your $60 could turn into $1,000.
Excellent. Little idea for everybody here. This is a free stream being brought to you by the CPA, it's Canadian Pool Players Association. And we have a ton of those folks out here. For those of you that it's your first time here, keep in mind the little share button at the lower right-hand corner of your player. If you have a Facebook or a Twitter account, what you can do is literally click that button, click on the Facebook, Twitter, whatever one that you might want, the social media that you use, or both, all. Click on it, Facebook will do or Ustream will do the rest. A new window will come up. It'll have an invite link and everything ready and say, hey, come on over and chat. We're watching a free stream. Check it on out. It's in HD. It's free in the CPA. Ton of people. And, you know, we've had thousands of people in here already this weekend. I think this match alone, we're already at 22,000, you know, viewers. Keep in mind, more the merrier. Invite them over. Invite all your friends. And
That's right.
they will not stop the stream, by the way.
Nope.
Your stream will be going in the background, and as soon as that happens, that window will go away. So, back to the match. Jason comes out.
And he hit that break a lot harder this time. He didn't try that little soft control break that burnt him the last time there.
Wasn't a little punch and Judy break. It was one that said, hey, I'm going to come after you now.
Nope.
I'm ready. I figured it out.
No, that's right. A tough shot, but it guarantees some shape on that 2 ball.
I really like spinning this ball off the bottom rail with a lot of left-hand English, hitting the one square in the face, and banking the ball up table if you can't see as much as what he could see there.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he only had a little bit of an edge of it, but he had a good full portion of the ball, and that was a great shot. He executed it extremely well. And I think he's got Alex in jail. Alex is going to look at that. He can look at that all he wants. I think he's going to have to bend around and
Yeah, he's jacking his cue.
really doing a lot here just to get the edge. Oh, he hit it full in the face. Okay, folks, I'd have missed that one. That would be the one I'd miss.
Right behind the 9. Great shot.
Well, he's giving him the edge on the 9 or on the 1 here. And what a player like Alex will be able to do here is or Jason will be able to do here. He'll be able to clip the left-hand edge of the 1 and run around the table if he thinks he can hit one section of it a hair thinner or a hair thicker, and he's actually going to put him up underneath the 9. He'll run 2 rails. Let's see what he can see of this ball, because it's just a little bit tough to tell. Okay, he is low cueing it, so it leads me to believe that he's going to run 2 rails. Now, if he does this ball the way that I think he's going to do it, he'll bank this ball and miss the 9 on the way up. Yeah, that's the ball that he wants to miss, because that's going to be his protection. Okay, he hit the part where I said he could run around, and that's it.
Yep.
And he actually got a little bit fortunate there that ball clipped the 2 on the side that it did. But either way, he's got Alex in jail, and Alex has got to kind of put up with this now.
It's a race to 3 of 75 points per frame.
Ball in hand.
Right,
Rod, why don't you tell the folks that are just joining us a little bit more about this format, because I'm sure that there's some questions. People are showing up and saying, wait a minute, it's 21-8? What's going on there? I want to let everybody know the scorekeeping that the CPA uses and kind of get them caught up here.
The scorekeeping is it's 1 point per ball, 2 for the 9, so it's 10 points per rack. It's a race to 75 points, and it's a race to 3. So it's the first to win 3 games at 75 points, basically 225 points, wins the match. There's no jump cues, there's no 3 push rule, no push rule, and no 3 hook rule. It's a tricky little game. It can be, and it's maximizing points that are on the table. You can't give away points. Not with these guys. Caliber of these players, you'll never get another chance on the table again. Jump shots are legal, but not with a jump cue. You must use your full cue. Winner breaks. Starting next week, I believe it's Thursday, is the APA National Championships. So this is one of the formats that they play down there for the 9-ball.
Jason's looking at this shot now. This is a shot where on a 9-footer you can kill this ball, and on a 7-footer, you actually have to watch how you kill this ball. Because if you try and cut this ball into the pocket, all the pocket, you may actually be shooting it the wrong way.
Hmm.
This ball will go. Oh, he got it on the other side. He wasn't trying to kill it. He had kind of made up his mind that this ball was going to go too far.
Hmm.
And we'll get into that in a second here. But
It looks like he
yeah,
just
what
wants
he
to roll
needed
it.
to do was to actually slow his stroke down a little bit there by using a shorter stroke and then turn around and hit a hair of the pocket going in. He'd have been able to stay on the side of the 6 that let him shoot this 7 into the side pocket. So he's doing a little bit more work. He's doing it the hard way, but he'll get these points.
Hmm.
His talent's going to get him through this.
They're there for him. A little tricky shot on the 7, but it's only tricky because he's frozen on the rail. Just had to miss it. Good shot.
He's going to end up on the rail. Hair jacked up if he wants to, but I think what he's going to do is roll this ball in.
Just play the shape that it's going to give him.
Sure. Just don't get carried away.
I don't know. That you don't expect?
That's an unforced error that he doesn't really need right now.
No. No, this we saw this happen in the last frame. You know, Jason was up 20, I believe 20 to 14.
He was up 20 to 9 and
yeah,
just
20 to
turned
9
all
and then
around.
and then that was it. Jason never saw the table again. This could be the same thing that's going to happen. Unforced errors, they come back to get you.
Yeah, there's a real problem that I have when you make an unforced error on a bar box. You may get into a rut. It's too easy to make balls on this table.
Mm-hmm.
And now that both players know that, you have to, defense becomes the big thing. And, you know, you listen to all these football coaches and all the baseball, all these coaches can't be wrong. Defense wins games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, offense gets them in the seats, defense wins the game.
That's right.
And Alex got a bad kiss there, and Jason needed that like his next breath of air.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Alex started running these balls, it could have easily been 68 before Jason got another shot.
Table again, that's right. Hit that share button down there, people. Put this on your social streams, your Facebooks, your Twitters. Let everybody know, because I'm sure not everyone out there knows that this is going on, so share it with your friends.
Now, here's something where a lot of guys will look at that 3-6 and say, oh, that's an easy shot. Maybe the shot to do at certain times. I'm not saying it's not the shot to do here because the 4 is where it's at. Because a lot of times, believe it or not, you have to watch about the shots that you shoot a combination on a bar box, because it'll roll all the way different on you than what you might be doing. The same speed isn't going to apply.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think he had to watch the speed that he shot that at.
Oh, wow.
And you're going to see Jason's hands a little heavy here. He keeps having this, he has a longer stroke.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is they try and decelerate their stroke. Instead of using 4 inches back, he's still going back 9-10 inches. He's coming into it and accelerating, but now he uses a different stroke when he tries to decelerate, and he ends up with a different line. He comes out with a different shot than what he normally does when he accelerates through the ball. And that kills a lot of players when they play great 10 or 9-foot tables, and then they go to a bar box and they're rolling stuff and bunting because they're afraid to run like this. And it's half technique with the stroke and half technique knowing that you take the hard shot and don't move your cue ball.
Correct.
Big secret on a bar box, folks. Don't move your cue ball. As soon as you can stop it, stop it.
That's right.
That applies for about half the shots.
That's right. You know, and it's like in this rack here.
Our league operator, John Croft, has come by and delivered us a little sheet to kind of let us cheat through some of this here.
Yep. Okay, just got a little note here. If anyone would like to purchase t-shirts for this event, they're $15, or autographed cue balls of all 4 Clash of the Titans players are $12. There's no shipping. Unfortunately, you have to pick them up here before Sunday at 5 o'clock. You can call Shooters, or you can contact John Croft at 647-200-3674.
We had just informed John Croft that we had 25,000 viewers for this match. So far, we're peaking at around 25, and he said, somebody had commented, well, you know, Shane hasn't played yet. John said, well, neither have I.
Right here, 33-18.
And he only made 3 balls on the break there. I don't know what was going on. But here we go. He's off to the races. Shot on the 1. The 2 is funky. Now, this is where you play it off the rail into 5.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem that he's going to have is the 5's the next ball because he made so many balls. If he plays the combination, he's going to have to roll it.
Yeah.
That's the other side of that. He may end up doing that.
Hey, Mike, because it's going to leave the 2 on top of the table.
Good shot.
It's a shake.
Good shot. Yeah, I agree. Alex is a beast. Right now we got some of the chat members that are big-time Alex Pagulayan fans. I think, you know, the rest of the world is in line with that idea.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's no secret. This guy, I'm glad he's not playing as much poker and he's deciding to play pool right now.
That's it.
He's colorful. He's energetic. I mean, I don't know where the guy gets all of his energy. You know, he's real likable, and, well, he runs out like a beast. So, yeah.
He reminds me of Keith McCready. He's another one of those type of personalities that, you know, you can't hate the guy. You can only love him, and just like such a bundle of joy. It's it's great. And hearing him sing karaoke is really funny too. So.
Well, I heard that he and the gang went out and did some karaoke yesterday.
Last night, yes, we're at.
We have video of that. I believe that John White's going to send that over to us. We'll provide that for you at a later broadcast, folks.
That's it. Yeah,
we promise.
It's hilarious. Even Shane too. That was great.
Shane was singing a little karaoke. Well, they took their places here. The 8, the only thing that I can honestly say is the deuce is the big problem, and it's not a problem.
No, it's not.
If he centralizes the cue back to where it's at, let's just say he puts it exactly back where it's at, I give this rack a life expectancy of about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If that.
If that. I think he might chalk his cue more than he'll actually take the shot. Back off that 1 rail, back center of the table.
Well, I think he's 3 inches off of where he was before.
Yep.
Okay, everybody get your egg timers out.
That's it.
Our producer, Alvin Nelson, is doing a great job here with us, folks. He said to say hello. He's not under the mic this time. And he'll have a new set of limited edition bobblehead balls, or bobblehead dolls coming out soon. We know that there were a lot of upset lady fans that did not get their Alvin Nelson bobblehead doll. No.
Another frame rack here for Alex. And now he's starting to free stroke it a little bit.
Yeah, this is what Jason didn't want.
No.
Jason wanted to keep control, and what Alex wants is simply to keep breaking the balls and ending up with that out that he got there. And if anybody wants to chime in and let me know if my 1 minute and 10 second prediction was there, by all means, let me know. And,
Diamond, what does Alex's shirt say on the back? It's actually an event t-shirt. It's the Clash of the Titans event tee. It has Shane Van Boning, Jason Klatt, John Mora, and Alex Pagulayan on the back. So they're thinking it was a minute 35.
Minute 35. Well,
I think it was a little less than that, but that's still a good time. No problem there, Diamond.
Elvin and I are in a battle. Which one of us is going to get the nickname Nerdstradamus? Well, he's got a pretty simple cut here, and I think he's going to be able to kill this ball back to the center of the table. I didn't agree with that. I thought he was going to hit that.
Yeah.
The 4 wasn't in the way.
No, there's
Right.
no reason to be involved in that.
I thought that was Alex shooting. I'm too busy making fun of Alvin. But don't tell anybody.
No. Jason's got to find himself here. He just doesn't look like himself on the table.
It's that bar box stroke. It throws guys for a loop. I've seen it a million times. They're overshooting everything. They start slowing down their stroke, and they can't hit the ball the way they want. And it messes up their thinking. They have to go out of their normal game thinking and start getting into all these compensations. And the next thing you know, they're getting ran over by some guy that never makes a mistake.
No, that's right. And if we're almost to put this at a batting average, Alex is probably hitting almost 900, just over 900 right now.
Oh, yeah.
Jason's probably, what, 2.25 maybe, somewhere around there.
Well,
it's that one change of the table. That's it.
Jason,
one little mistake, it will grab you.
Yeah, he's made a few unforced errors, but it's kind of like they're amplified now. I mean, you want to talk about a microscope? Yeah, we've zoomed in and looked at some of his errors, but it isn't like they're that bad. It's just that you've got Alex Pagulayan in behind you going, look what I can do.
Yeah,
and
he's just
putting that added extra pressure that you need to, fix whatever's broken as quick as possible and get it done. And he's putting a lot of pressure on Jason right now.
Yep. And I think Jason's looking at it too, that he's making one mistake, it's costing him 30, 40 points.
Yeah.
Where before, you can make that one mistake knowing that you're going to have a chance to get back into it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that was a circus shot there. I'd be interested to see if he is going to try and bank this shot.
I think he might cut it.
He can cut it in the side, and he can run this ball, but I think he's more in control banking it, and it's actually an easier shot. Now, a really decent bar box player stops this ball. He tried to move it. See, he's still... Right now, Shane Van Boning, he's smiling inside. He's going, these guys are trying to move their cue ball, and they're supposed to be stopping it. They don't know which way to go.
He knows it.
He knows it.
You're saying that. It's an easy stop shot because you're 7. You're just playing it with tops. It automatically gives you position back down table for the 8. You're not doing anything.
Right.
There's no work. Now he's got to put a little bit of stuff on it. But that's why he is Alex. I think he's going to get by that 9 ball. Perfect. A little easy one rail, come up 9 in the bottom. Shot. 41 to 37 for Alex Pagulayan.
And I think we're going to have...
Alex is leading this match 1 frame to nothing. It's a race to 3 of 75 points of CPA APA 9 ball here live in Toronto at Shooters Snooker and Sports Club. Thanks, Upstate Al. Yes, it is a great match. We got another great match after this. We have the young gun John Mora versus Shane Van Boning. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be it's going to be a treat, people.
Looking around the arena there, you'll see a few of the sponsors here. John and Kelly Croft from the CPA, of course. Mez Q's. Diamond. 7 ball.
No. So we get down to 1.
That doesn't look too good.
No, it doesn't. Cannot see it. I don't even think he can't even see any paint. Not too hard of an escape though. Just wants to come 2 rails behind it, hit the backside of the 1 ball, get it behind the 9. Seeing another safety here in a second too.
Well, I actually like hitting the side of the 1 with a lot of left-hand English, running 2 rails into the corner where this 1 ball is at, and then actually going as tight as you can so that you can hit and reverse off the left-hand side rail and then get underneath the 6. This might not have as much promise as what it looked like originally.
I think he sees enough of the side. He can just skim it, get behind it. Oh no. Just gonna try to freeze it. That's a smart shot.
Yeah, he wants to just say, okay, show me what you can do. Now, honestly, he's going to be eating a lot of 8 ball if I'm shooting this right now.
Oh, that's right.
There's no sense in running out. Oh, look at this. He is going to run out. I didn't think it went.
No.
I just missed it. I missed totally.
No. Comes these camera angles to give you a little tricky view.
I snoozed it on you, folks. Fire me.
Nah, we can't do that. See, I think the balls don't want to be doing that. See, there's just like you're saying, there's no reason to be spinning the ball. Stop. It's like you're saying, Shane sitting over there is licking his chops, knowing that.
And what a lot of times happens is the patterns, you'll hear guys say, well, those patterns are all different on a bar box. It's not really, it's that. It's just you change your stroke, and then now the cue ball doesn't run the same way because you're trying to slow down and everything. The best bar player that I ever saw had a really short stroke. It was 2 or 3 inches, and that's all he did all day long is just stop the ball.
Oh, wow.
And he shot straight as an arrow. To shoot on your way to the ball, you're extremely accurate. That's all you really need to be on a bar box, and he'd just kill the ball. He very rarely ever used high cue. He couldn't follow his ball on a regular table for anything.
That's a good rack for Jason. He needed that one.
Let's see what our
Now
official
46 to 42 for Alex.
All right. Jason got himself back into the match with that.
Yeah, Cody JR has got a lot of great points. And for me, this is also, I'm still learning the game myself. You can never stop learning. And, this is a pleasure for me to be able to do this.
Well, I can tell you that I got to play with some great players in my time. Buddy Hall, Nick Varner, Earl Strickland, Johnny Archer, Siegel, a lot of the greats. And one thing I noticed is they all admitted that they had to learn how to kick safe. When Efren came over and the rest of the Filipinos, great shot. And they had changed the game. These guys had to sit down and learn kick safing. And I remember going to dinner with Buddy one night and saying, well, this and that and everything. Buddy said, because I had asked him, I said, does having to learn all this kind of throw you for a loop at this point in your life? And of course he put his fork down for a second and said, are you calling me old? And I said, no, I'm not calling you old. I'm just saying you're not 14 years old banging balls and trying to learn how to play the game. He says, no. He says, trust me, he says, I learn something every time I shoot. He says, I'm always trying to figure out a better way to do something. Even if I know the shot, I want to find out if there's a better way.
Hmm.
And he said the second that he stops learning, second that'll be the second he stops earning.
That's right.
And
That's
you know,
right.
that's from Buddy Hall, you know, world champion,
Hmm.
great player,
Oh, great
legend,
player.
Hall of Famer.
Hmm. Actually, isn't there two new members of the Hall of Fame were just announced today? I think Suke and Danny, I believe.
I believe that's
Yeah.
true.
I don't want to butcher his last name, but I'm not even
Di
going to.
Liberto.
Di Liberto, that's it. So congratulations to those two. Well deserved. A little bit of a swerve.
Well, he has an edge of this ball, and I always despised having to nick this ball at this angle, but it might be the shot is to nick this deuce
I think it
and
does
hit it with a
pass.
flat ball, run into the short rail. And believe it or not, if he hits it thin enough with a little hair of left-hand English, you can put the cue ball back into the same spot.
Yep.
That line is there. And if he manages to hit this shot correctly, I think, you know, he has a chance to win this entire set
Yep.
and get back into this game,
He needs us.
or
This is
into
very
this
important.
match at least. This is one where I sit down and really think about this shot. And if he overhits it a hair, he'll still miss the scratch, but there's options there with that 4 and 6.
That's right. So he can get the cue ball back behind the 8 again, or if it doesn't get there perfect, the 2 can get over by the 4 in front. So you got 2 blockers on the table. I don't think if he's looking at it that the 2 can actually pass.
Hey, look at that. He made it carom.
But
That was
where's
a
he gonna
great
go?
shot. He was trying to get down here by the 8.
We're gonna have to put a barrier. You see, he's making it tough on him. One bad shot to get out of position, and now he's fighting every shot on the table now.
Now,
He's got the cut side.
there's a ball here to be made in the side.
Mhm.
He just has to watch the 9 ball. He got a good kiss off of it. There's
should
some
be
of them
good.
there where he hits the 9 and he never sees the 6 again. Those are the ones you worry about, obviously.
Over. Right now it's 52.
And Jason looks like
42.
he's going to clean these last 3 balls up and go ahead 56 to 42.
He's going to spot this 9 ball. Get ahead of there a bit. It's 56 to 42 for Jason Klatt. Yes, Shane Van Boening and Mario is next.
Now, the match coming up next, I believe, is going to be our other 2 competitors, which will be John Mora and Shane Van Boening.
Yep.
That promises to be a great match, too.
Hey, we got Shane, who just finished winning the Seminole Tour. Stop at Rhode Island on the weekend. And it's funny, actually, we were talking about it yesterday. Alex is the only person to have beaten Shane in the last 2 events, but Shane's won both events. He was bringing that up, and Johnny Mora is just a great up-and-coming player. Snapped off one of his first major events this year at the U.S. Bar Table Championships. He's a great break, comes from great bloodlines. His dad's a great player, Mario Mora. Those in the Toronto area that come to shooters, they know who it is.
And just with 1 stroke, Jason Klatt picked up 4 points, making 4 balls. Amazingly enough, he has a shot, too, which doesn't always happen when you make 4 balls.
Oh, but look at that. Just doesn't seem like he's a stroke.
It's that roll. Okay, see, remember what I'm saying about they're using that long stroke and they're slowing down when they want to roll a ball?
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that. You cue below center
You
and
want
you
more
short stroke
compact.
it. And you actually skid it a portion of the way. Only skid a couple of inches to a foot, but it slows it down dramatically, and you get to use your full stroke, you know, accelerating through the ball. You're going to have the same line. It feels the same. Looks like we've got a call being made here.
A referee, Brown, just got called. That's a good hit.
Making a good hit call there. Sure, certainly looked good.
Yep.
But that's the shot that gets the guys, is when they got that 40-degree cut. It's around the rack area. They don't want to pound it. They instantly slow down their stroke, and they miss by 4 inches, and they're wondering why. Well, they delivered the cue ball in a different way
Mm-hmm.
because they use a different stroke. And that kills you on a bar box. Everybody falls into that trap. Look at this. He's got to get his cue out of the way quickly here.
Got it.
What a great shot.
Back on the rail again.
You can see the official scorekeeper back there has already given Jason his 4. And at this point here, certainly looks like Alex is going to make do with
Oh no.
scratch.
Scratch on
Uh-oh.
the side.
Now that last ball doesn't count.
Nope, that's a dead ball.
That's a dead ball. And at
Ball
this
in hand
point
on the
here,
9.
Jason is going to end up getting 2 more points. Putting him
58-42 for Jason Klatt.
well. So let's let our official scorekeeper back there. I'm not as quick as they are. I'm too busy running my mouth.
That's it.
So what do we got?
Tickets are available for this event, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to make your way down to Shooters here in North York, Ontario, Greater Toronto area, $25 for a day pass or $60 for the weekend pass. There is also event t-shirts and autographed cue balls for sale. So if you're in Toronto or you're in the Greater Toronto area, make your way down to Shooters. It's all weekend. It's going to be a great event.
Folks, if you miss any of these matches, they will be available on our YouTube channel, which is Inside Pool Mag channel. That'll be youtube.com/Inside Pool Mag. You'll be able to see all these at a later date. We'll probably have them up by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So look for them right around August 16th or 17th.
You can see enough of it. One. It's not. Just going to play the safe. Try to kick on the back of it.
He should
Smart
kick
shot.
2 rails and try and kick the one between the rail and the 4.
And leave the 4 right.
This,
Oh, nice try.
the reason you go 2 rails there is you split the balls up. The tangent theory tells you that you're going to split the balls up. And if you looked, you wanted one of the balls to be on this end, the other one to be on the other end. And if it floats down, at least it's going to, for instance, the cue would float down. It's going to float into some balls. The object ball is going to make its way, hopefully, to the bottom rail with the pace that you give it.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, that's been tried and tested.
Mm-hmm.
It's about as solid as you'll ever see. You hit it at the right speed. You just hit one rail first, and it doesn't work unless you're putting all your eggs into one basket. You're saying, I'm going to shoot in between the rail and the 4 and roll the cue right up on the 4. That's not always the best approach, especially on the bar box. So a lot of science that goes into just saying the side with the most balls. That's the most congestion, and there's probably not a keyhole or a window down there. So Alex has got himself into a little bit of a sticky wiggler here.
Mm-hmm. I think we might be looking at freezing that cue ball onto the 6 ball. I don't think he's going to want to try to take on the 4-9.
Yeah, it's
But
great.
he wanted a little bit higher to come up, try to get it behind the 8.
There wasn't a whole bunch to do there.
No.
And Alex came with a great shot. I think Jason has but to pocket this ball and pick up these 6 points. Nice stroke. Now see how he got this, deliver that one with a full stroke? He'll hit those straight as an arrow. And when he starts slowing down his stroke, he won't know why he's different. There something won't. But if he had just come from 4 inches away with the tip instead of all the way from 9, he wouldn't hit the ball as hard, and that would be accomplishing what he wanted because he didn't have time enough to accelerate into the ball. See how he's using little short strokes here? That's what he wants, but watch his final stroke. See how it pulled all the way back 9 inches? Did you see it?
Yep.
You guys can watch that in the replay. He used a 1-inch stroke to warm up, and then that final stroke, he pulled it all the way back. And that's what's going on with Jason right now. And that's what I figured that was a perfect shot to show you on. Because he was warming up the way he should have.
Yeah. Good eyes there, JR. Great call, buddy.
Every now and then I get to look like a pool genius.
It's as they say sometimes, never missed a shot sitting down yet, right?
I missed 2 of them in this set already.
I think I missed the first one I called. I'll just chalk that up to nerves.
Well, Alex is delighted to be back in this set. He really did not think that he was going to get there.
65-52 for Jason Klatt. It's the second frame. A race to 3 to 75 points. So what does everybody think about this format of 9 balls? Is this something you can see kind of getting off into maybe a major event?
Yeah, definitely.
Every time.
Okay. Go ahead, Rod. Let me know what you would do here with this one.
No, I think he can cut it into the bottom of the right pocket. If he plays it with just a little bit of right spin, he can cut it, I believe, come off the side rail, come back down for the 2 in the same pocket. He can even just hold it off there. Still gives him a little bit more of an angle, but the 3 is basically hanging over a pocket. There's not too much trouble there. It's just making that 1. But I'm not sure if Alec can afford to be aggressive at this point.
I think what he wants to do is hit this with a hair above center, English, and maybe a touch of left. You don't want to go down or across. You want to run back and forth straight across, but you want a rolling action on the cue ball.
Just like that?
Exactly.
Just like that.
And you have to hit it with pace, because if you don't, you're in trouble. That ball will roll off on just about every table in the world. You have to hit it. It will bounce into the rail at some point, and it curves down on it. Most people don't realize by cutting it at 60 degrees like he did, or 45 degrees, it's going to pull that ball into the rail eventually. That ball imparts a little bit of spin, and it'll have a tendency to go into the rail. You try and roll that ball down there, you're just going to end up hanging the ball or leaving it down the corner. So he wants to hit it with a little bit of pace, keeps the line. If he does miss, well, he missed, and he gets it out of that corner. So that was a smart play. That was the right way to shoot it. So what he's done is made a great shot. Now he's just picking up the little pieces that were waiting for him there. This is his gravy.
That's an important rack for Alex too.
Well, see, Jason is within striking distance. If Alex misses a ball at any time, Jason can break, run, he can run out and then break and run out the rest of those balls. He's within 1 rack where he doesn't have to rely on even running out the next rack after that.
That's right. like he's 10 points away from the finish line at the moment.
That was a perfect shot to see how short Alex's stroke came back. So he
Compared
warmed
to how
up with a
Jason
3
is.
or a 4-inch stroke and pulled it back 4 inches. Didn't overamp it, didn't try and slow down, he just used a normal stroke. See how short his strokes are. Even on that ball where he's hitting it really firm, cue stick's only coming back 4 or 5 inches. And that's what a bar table player does. And Alex is adjusting, so I'd be interested to see John Mora, how he adjusts. Well, John's a great bar box player, obviously. And interested to see how everybody's going to be playing this game here in a set or two. Because they're all talented.
Yep.
And I think they can all do this. We're not talking about, some type of big transformation. They just have to make sure that stroke that they pull back to deliver doesn't turn out being twice as long as what they thought it was.
That's right.
They get that under control, we're going to watch some pool.
Yep.
Alex made his corner ball. One ball got kissed a couple of times, and luckily for him, stayed in the corner.
Could be the rack. No, and I think it's a feeler out for him too tonight. That I believe tomorrow you're going to see that they're going to step up to the plate a lot more now that it's a feeling for him at the moment.
All he has to do here is to make sure that he doesn't get an angle on the 3 towards the 8 and 9. If he does, it's a little bit tougher. But this, and you'll see what I mean. Let cue ball down table. On a 9-footer, that's death. On this, it's a hanger. And he's starting to figure it out. He'll take the long shot instead of running his cue ball these 9-foot patterns on a 7-footer and running himself into trouble.
Great kick.
This is going to get interesting. We'll just take this time to thank everybody that's out watching the live stream. Brought to us by the CPA, Shooters,
Mr. Billiards, Mez Cues. Right back out. The bottom right.
And right now, Jason can't believe what he's watching. I mean, I'm sure he can. But at this point, he's going to be down 72 to 65 and yet again squander another lead. And with a few unforced errors, and he does it with a champion who's on fire right now.
.62, 65. Alex Pagulayan. 3 balls he needs to finish off the second frame. And, this was Jason's frame.
He has made 3 points on the break.
Almost
4 or
every
5
break.
times, already. So Alex might not have to actually shoot at a ball here.
Nope.
So let's see if we can almost count to 7 at this point. That 7's a gimme.
The 7's a gimme. The 1's almost a gimme in the side.
And this is saying something. Again, Jason can run out and pick a few balls off on the break the next time too. So it's not like this isn't a playable lie where this set can go either way.
1, 2.
1, 2, buckle your shoe, and the 1's hidden, and Jason's laughing. Jason's like, yes. And our official scorekeeper has put it up, and I'll make sure that we know what's going on here. Alex needs a ball, folks, and Jason needs a doctor right now.
Yep. I think he's
Now the
getting
kick shot softly is here. See how all the balls are on the one side
People
of the
frozen
table
on the
here.
5.
Very soft like this.
and right up
No
on the
rail.
5 ball. No, I don't believe it was a rail.
No
No, it
rail.
wasn't.
How fortunate did Jason just get?
Yep.
Now Jason can run these, make a few balls, and Bob's your uncle. Boom, 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 boom. And he can win this set after that kick shot.
That's right.
So I think he has no problem. His big problem is the 6 to the 9.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Jason Klatt, world class, right?
That's right.
And guess what? Alex might lose this set.
He could. By 1 point.
I think I might have to conjure up Nerdstradamus here and see if he thinks that Alex could lose this set because of that. He's giving me a nod of approval. He thinks, too, that Alex is going to lose this set because of that shot. Not the match, just this set.
Just this.
And we're going to go into overtime after this, folks, and we're going to play one set for the whole match. That's if Jason does what I think he's going to do.
Roll this forward a bit. Play the 6 in the side. Run it up, natural shape for the 9.
Well, he's going to need 3 points as well.
Yeah.
Well, he got it. He's going to have 8 points here, so he's actually going to need 2. Uh-oh. This is getting interesting, folks. I'm not quite sure. Personally, he's. You might consider banking this 6 ball cross side and letting the cue ball float down table. You miss it on the other side, but hey, Alex only needs 1 ball, so you. And Jason does
Let's see
need.
if he's going to be aggressive.
He's going to go 3 rails. He's looking to pound this and run it around table.
3 rails.
He's going to run 3 rails reverse and maybe come down into the corner, which will be the upper left-hand corner for you viewers at home right now, by the 9. But I think he's actually going to run it a little bit short, and he'll probably hit up by the break spot.
Let's see what he does here.
And that's the set, folks. I believe he's going to concede that to Alex.
Pagulayan. Alex Pagulayan wins the second frame, 75 to 65, and takes a 2 frames to none lead in its race to 3.
Yeah, we're going to start a new set here, folks. Alex looks like he's got an easy shot on the 2. The big thing that he's going to probably come down and do is he would normally have to bank at this ball safe to go run 3 rails, but the 6 and the 9 are kind of in a way. I would not be surprised to see him set up for a bank shot in the corner on the 3 and run out this set. And that he has. He's going to cross over this bank, hit it with a hair of left hand or right hand English, and get position on the 5. Oh, he did get it around there. Great shot. I didn't think he had enough room. What a great shot.
Yeah, hanging in there. Oh, yeah.
what a great hit. What a great hit. To hit the inside of that tree and not scratch, I think he just got away with something there.
We're in the start of the third frame.
Did he miss the 6? No. Got a pretty good lick. So tell me what you see.
Well, the way Alex has been banking some balls, he hasn't been afraid to take them on. I think he might even be able to bank the 5, play the cue ball, the side rail, try to leave it onto the 6, bring the 5 ball back up towards the right side pocket.
Okay. That's a great shot. Do you see him putting the 5 down in this other corner here?
Yeah.
Okay. See, one of the rules of thumb with safety is you try and put the object ball on the second diamond on a rail, and you usually have a chance that even if you let the guy see it, he's got a flyer, he's got a bank. Here, the reason I didn't like him putting that on the 6 was because of what just happened. You can either leave the combo or you hit the 5 into the 6 and the guy gets a free shot at leaving the 5 in the same place. He may elect to get the 6 into the game here, bank the 5 up in front of the 7, or he could just, ride them all.
What do we know, eh?
Showing signs of being a 3. So the next time, I guess if you're a 3 and your captain comes to you and says, "What were you doing on that shot?" Say, "Look, I saw Alex do that."
I can do it.
So you make the 9 here or bank it straight in?
Bank it straight in.
That's actually pretty hard to do. It's a good lead for Jason.
Klatt's going to bring it back down to 6-4, it looks like. Good job. Grab it. See what he does with his break here.
3 ball, 1 ball. Oh, a lot of extra spin on there.
You can still see it going.
Now this is one where I see Jason doing well. He's going to be allowed to use his 9-ball stroke on the big table on this shot. Let's see whether he puts this right in the middle of the hole. Ooh, it was a little tight. I expected him to take a little bit more time on that one, but even if this ball doesn't go in the 1 corner, I think Alex can kill this ball by shooting the 2 ball in the upper right-hand corner. And he won't have to do too much with the cue. Kill it right away.
Yeah. I think he's just looking at where he wants to leave himself. And, take that easiest path. But you know how Alex likes to come up with shots. And he always likes to give a little something back to the fans. So. But I think he's going to do what you're saying there, JR.
And that's what a bar box player does. Just stop it as quickly as possible. There's a shot out there. Chances are there's a natural speed shot. It'll put him dead in line, and that's what he did. So, smart play.
Yep.
Really smart play.
That's what a lot of the bar box pool is table management. It's a real big part of it.
And see, he's not on a 9-footer. That's a dangerous shot. You're accepting a really hard shot when you do that on a 9-footer. On a 7-footer, it's exactly what you say. It's table management. You know that I can take care of that. And these guys are busy redefining and learning to adjust from a 7-footer to a 9-footer. But I can tell you, Alex has played on a 7-footer before. He knows way too much on how to play on a 7-footer to come right out of the gate and play this well. And it's an extremely hard thing to do.
It also looks like the tables are playing extremely fast. Simona's Klatt, they run for days sometimes. 13-7 now. Mr. Pagulayan. It's the first annual Clash of the Titans here at Shooters Billiards Snooker Club in Toronto. Brought to you by the CPA, John and Kelly Croft. Tickets are available for this event if you wish to come down and see us in person. $60 for a weekend, $25 per day. The break, 3 balls every time.
Now the 3-ball goes in the side. He just has but to get on the 2, almost put the cue exactly in the same position it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'll use a little bit of high right and spin back.
Through. Yep.
Oh, look at this. He had room. Now he can follow straight down the table and come all the way back up to where his elbow is.
Hit it perfect. You know, in some shots like that there, how he played it, some would have came to 2 rails and run it. But he plays that 1 rail shot so perfectly that it makes the game that much easier. Back.
Alex is just on fire right now. I believe that's going to take him out. Let's see what the official scorekeeper is saying.
22-7.
22-7.
I believe that's the first break and run of this set for Alex. Let's see how many he can put together in a row here.
I think we're getting ready to watch Alex catch a gear. I mean, he's learning this table. We're watching him learn this table. His play from the first 4 or 5 games to now is a world apart. 3-ball, watch it go. Okay, let's see. Let's stop the cue ball. The 1's on its way to align with the cue, and guess what?
Another 10-0. Looks like it could be another 10-0.
Well, I actually think he might elect to try the 2-9 combo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's only leaving 4 points on the table, but he can high right this and come down and get a shot here. See how he did this? And that's great 1 rail speed control there. Really doing great there.
Yeah, and it looks like that Alex has gotten more control of the table, the speed, than Jason had. Jason, you can see when he's playing the safeties, he's having that little tough time with the roll, with the speed of the table, but it seems like Alex has finally got it down to, he knows how much just to put into it.
Well, Alex just did one of the best finesse shots that I've seen people play time and time again that really know the game. And it's when you know that you're going to the corner and it looks like you either got to hit the 9 or you got to run into the corner. But the player knows that there's a little room there between the where you hit the 9 and the corner, and you can run 2 rails out. And it's a certain player that does it and can do it. And it does take finesse, and Alex just performed it quite exquisitely. And I think it's going to help him get all 10 of these points here, where he might have, elsewise had to accept only, 6 points out of the rack.
That's right. That's
So
2 in a row for Alex.
What's that? Okay.
32-7. We're here all weekend, folks. Is this a dry break?
He didn't make the corner, but look at the way that the 9 and the 3 just stuck around. It's almost like he bad racked himself. This is an extremely jumpy table. This cloth is so fast, and these players are really they're getting tested here.
Enough room to get it by 4 and 6.
He's good speed control there.
Jason needs this rack. He needs to build some confidence back. It's, losing that last frame there by 1 point. He's been getting out to that lead, but it seems once he gets that far, he's slowing down a bit, and Alex just coming back.
He's got himself in line. This was the big shot of the rack right here. Kept his line.
Perfect.
What I don't see him doing is using that real long, slow stroke on this. He's shortened it up, and he's managing his stroke a little bit better. But let's see what he does on, in other racks. I could be getting deceived right now. We'll see how this goes.
Just roll it forward, play the 8 on the other side.
Yeah.
Good shot. Important rack for Jason here. That's a good rack there. Jason, 32-17 lead for Alex Pagulayan. The t-shirts that you are seeing the players wear are for sale here at Shooters. The price of the t-shirts are $15. There's also autographed cue balls, all 4 players, Shane Van Boning, Alex Pagulayan, Jason Klatt, and John Mora for $12. So make your way down to Shooters and come get your event tees. See if he does that controlled break again.
He should be making the 3 and stopping the cue, which he did. He got the 1. 2 didn't move too far.
No. It almost looks like he's kind of forgot about the break, just hit it. He's not worrying about it anymore. He's just going down, because that one there, he just lined it up and boom.
He actually might have been thinking that he was overthinking the break, or he was actually breaking the balls correctly at the beginning of the match a couple of times.
Jungle shot, I'm not sure if it can be sent COD, but I will ask the director there for you, buddy. Shot. Good job by Jason. 32-27 for Alex Pagulayan. Alex Pagulayan leads 2-0 in this race to 3, 75 points. Yeah, cue balls are sold here. If you would like one, come out to Shooters here, and $15. Oh, sorry, $12. We'll be here till Sunday, everybody.
All right, we've made a ball.
Yeah, made a ball. It's got good shape on the one. Just going to come up one rail, play it for the 2 in the top left. Basically a little roadmap for him here. He doesn't have to do much. Just like you were saying on the bar box. Stop, 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 stop. It's almost the pattern he has here. It's all stop shots.
Yeah, his big transition ball, he's in position to be in control of how he goes from the 5 to the 6, which is, yeah, it determines whether you run out here or not. And for those of our viewers that are wondering what a transition ball is, it's generally a shot that you have in rotation or any game, 8-ball, straight pull, where you have to take and shoot and pocket a ball that might be on one end of the table and then go all the way to the other end of the table and shoot another ball and pocket it. Or maybe even play safe. But that was what was going on from the 5 to the 6. Generally, it involves you moving the cue ball more than half a table's distance. And as you can imagine, the further you move the cue ball, the more accurate you have to be with your object or cue ball placement for that shot. And that's why it usually can determine the outcome, because when you move that far, sometimes the patterns aren't there unless you really try it. And while I'm saying that, this one nearly got away from Jason. Bank or cut, what do you do here?
I like the cut. I've always been told if you can cut the ball, you're better off cutting than bank, and you know where your cue ball's going to go. But it almost looks like the bank might just be dead on.
He likes the bank, and it'll shorten up on him.
So we can't afford to make these errors.
I think he was a little disgusted with himself, and players will do that. It's like, oh, I missed this ball, and they take it out on themselves. Could have put a little time into that, because if he misses it long, it's a totally different shot.
Oh, wow.
But meanwhile, back in the CPA style format, that wasn't that big of a deal. He's giving up 2 points and the break is what he's doing, and now we have what appears to be
35-34.
35-34. Alex Pagulayan.
35 for Alex.
I think that's going to give Alex 36 points now. I'll go ahead and mark those up because that's right after the break. There was a little question here in the commentator's booth as to who had 35 and who had 34. Luckily, I had known that there was only 10 points in the rack, and I did the addition.
Okay, DSB, I'll explain the scoring for you. Each ball that they make is worth 1 point. The 9 ball is worth 2. Any ball that is left on the table will be considered dead balls. If you scratch, it's a dead ball. We'll be going to 75 points. So these players are playing as an SL or skill level 9.
Some of our viewers at home are noticing Brittany Bryan, I'm sorry.
She didn't hear that. There's a few of them here. Brittany Bryant is here. Jeff White is here. Eric Olofsson is in the house.
And yeah, here we go. Guess who's off to the races yet again?
Yep. Bet the horse in the program. He could be leading out again. Here we go.
Well, the one thing that you're going to notice about Alex's position shots is he's going to start rolling into position like you see when a great player is playing 9-ball. As it rolls and it's slowing down and you know he's going to be in dead position. You're going to see a lot of that going on with Alex because he's dialed in on this table and at the same time he's using technique. A lot of technique going on. And I believe that's going to make it 44. I think that's what our official scorekeeper is going to tell us here. I thought that there was more points there. But 34-35 plus 10, 44-35. I'm just saying.
Yep. Yes, Johnny and Shane play next. I believe that match is scheduled for 9:45, but we may be running a little bit late. Which I believe, yes, we are a little bit late. That's okay. It's a weekend. No one's got any place to go.
For anybody just joining us, we're watching the Clash of the Titans. We're here at Shooter's Snookers Pub and Sports Bar. Is that how it's properly pronounced? Yeah, I'm getting a nod of approval. And I've been hearing it called Shooters and 18 different things.
Yeah, Shooter's Snooker and Sports Club.
We're here in Toronto, Canada.
That's it.
This is a production of Inside Pool Magazine, where this is a CPA event, fan appreciation event to be exact. And we're playing CPA 9-ball rules here. This is a 4-person round robin, including the 2 guys that you see in front of you. And on deck we have John Mora and Shane Van Boney. I'm J.R. Calvert. Joining me here in the booth is Rodney Babin. Rodney.
Diamond, they're playing for $15,000 total cash prize. Not too bad.
Not too shabby. A lot of cheese. And if you missed any of this match, or any of the matches this weekend, they'll be available at our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/InsidePoolMag, and at InsidePoolMag.com and InsidePool.tv.
Johnny is from Toronto, everybody. Just to let you know. Him and Jason Klatt will be representing Canada in the World Cup of Pool. I believe that's in 2-3 weeks' time. Hopefully they do well for us. And this is Johnny Mora's local room, so we'll have all the fans cheering for him here. Mario Mora. Johnny's dead. 54-35 for Alex. This is the 3rd frame in the CPA first annual Clash of the Titans Invitational between Alex Pagulayan, Jason Klatt, John Mora, and Shane Van Boning. Yes, Mario's in the room here too. If you're in the Toronto area, please come on down. Tickets are available. Yes, Sarah, they're all diamonds in the front row now. No, there's only 2 matches tonight. The next match is Shane and Johnny. It's a round-robin format, so everybody plays everybody once. I believe at 6 p.m. tomorrow night will be Shane and Alex. Here's another roadmap for Alex.
This is what I was talking about, getting dialed in. Watch how short that stroke is. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a bar box stroke.
And it stayed the same. It hasn't moved.
It's not getting longer. He's not going to warm up with 3 inchers and then pull out that 7-inch stroke on the delivery. And when he gets the touch of the table and he knows he's making a ball, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's pretty much what's going on here. And if you're Jason, you almost, you wanted to be the guy doing this. This was the race. This was the game that was going on. And Jason was too busy trying to compensate and do a few things, and he got caught up making some unforced errors because of technique that's backwards.
Another rack for Alex.
And Alex is 11 points away from a closeout here.
It's very enjoyable to watch this, for all the players that play in your local APA or CPA leagues, to see the pros actually playing your format. This is what you go out and play. And now seeing these four great players do it, it's great to see.
It really is.
I believe they are playing with their tournament balls.
I think they are. And they're playing with the measle ball.
Away.
Some of the chat members noticing that we're getting ready to go over 33,000 viewers for this particular match. Good quotation on how big the CPA really is. We've got a lot of their fans out there watching. Great folks. And Alex has laid down yet another break. And let's see, he's wiggling it around. And he's made
6 dead balls.
3 balls. He got 4 points there.
So that's 6 points that cannot be taken. It's now 67-35.
Is it 67? I thought it was 68.
No, 68. You're right, JR. They just
didn't flip it as fast as I could click my finger. But I will say this. I really like this format. Most people wouldn't have really known this format like this, existed unless they played the CPA or the APA.
Correct.
And it's actually, it's very interesting.
No, it's almost like straight pool. I believe this is 4. I'm thinking it's 4 in a row he's run.
And we're watching Alex Pagulayan light yet another rack on fire.
I think if Alex runs this one, that's a 5-pack. Or a 4.5 pack. But I believe he's on 4. I think he's on 4.
Well, he started this whole thing at 24. He went to 34, then 44, 54, 64.
Yeah, he's about 4.5 racks.
Yeah. Well, I actually think he's going to bail out here and just go ahead and shoot the 3 in the same pocket that he just shot the deuce. Let's see if he doesn't hit this ball with a little bit of low English. Spin it 3 rails. Let's see. Most people wouldn't know what he just did there. He's hitting it with low Q to kill the ball. And he's hitting with English to run it. The angle was already set. There was no way he was going to bend it in time on a 7-footer like you can on a 9-footer. Most 9-footers are going to bear, now I'm going to bend this ball and draw it out of there. You low Q it and kill it so it doesn't take off on you. You spin it and create your angle after it touches the rail. And Jason,
match, ladies and gentlemen.
And conceded the match after, well, didn't concede it, but it's always up to 75 points there.
Wins versus Jason Klatt. 3 games to 2. 3 games to 0, sorry.
That's right, folks.
In the first
2
match,
shows a day.
The first annual Clash of the Titans. Next up on the streaming table will be Johnny Moore from Toronto against Shane Van Boning. So,
and I believe he closed out with a 5-pack, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a 5-pack.
5-pack. For those players at home, what do they got to do to shoot and run 5 racks in their league match?
Oh, I'm a skill level 7 myself, and I'm just trying to figure that out. So, and I don't think that'd be done. But like I said, you could be surprised. Don't be surprised. We see a perfect game.
It just might.
We see someone run 7.5 racks.
Well, folks, we want to thank you for showing up for that match. Stay tuned. In about 5 minutes, we're going to let the incoming players warm up a little bit. We're going to keep the stream rolling. hang out and stay tuned. Thanks for showing up.